my peeps, mi gente. This is Chief, the one half of the dynamic duo, Chief and Stereo. Let's talk. So today, I just like to just discuss last night's debate, a presidential debate between Kamala Harris and former President Trump. What are your thoughts, man? Because last night I saw what happened was a beatdown in terms of an epic proportion on behalf of Harris, Vice President Harris. She really schooled Trump. I don't think Trump was prepared for the debate last night. He thought he would have gone in there and just bulldozer her over without her responding and acting accordingly. And I think they underestimated her. You know, she after all she was a prosecutor, district attorney for many years in California, in addition to the Attorney General of California. He was very disingenuous in a lot of the questions that was posed to him. He skirted around a lot of the questions in terms of the answers, and clearly the moderator asked him, several questions and asked him for a clear answer, yes or no, and he skirted around it or what have you. Um, but what I want to just like to discuss tonight is the fear mongering in terms of what Trump said about the migrants or the illegals. They're eating the pets. They're eating the pets. They're eating uh, they're eating the pets. They're eating the pets in Ohio. They're eating the cats. So with that being said, I believe that in the 80s, right, there was like a big thing about like the Haitians. They didn't want the Haitians here because Haitians had a lot of AIDS and they don't want them to spread it. So at one time they banned a lot of them from coming here. A lot of the Haitian boat people, whenever they were held in international waters or American waters, trying to come to America in Miami or Florida, they will repatriate them back home to the homeland. And like the other like immigrants, such as the Cubans and Dominicans and so forth, sometimes they will, bring them to the American shores and they end up staying, especially the Cubans. But they didn't afford that to the Haitians. And poor Haitians, man, like they can't get a break. They can't get a break when it comes to natural disasters, the hurricanes, storms, in addition to earthquakes and disease and coup d'etats and dictatorship. In addition to, we all know the history of France, um, in which when Haiti won their independence, in order for them not to be attacked, they signed an agreement with Napoleon, in which they will compensate back the slave owners for their land and equipment and their slaves and so forth. And they were paying that over, I believe, like 99 years or 100 years to compensate back the French government. And based on that, the coffers plus corruption, of course, corruption as well. They just been behind the ball, not able to get it right. And it's like they've been tossed around within the Caribbean communities. Whenever any of the boat peoples from Haiti land, I would say like anywhere from in Jamaica, Bahamas, or whatever, they repatriate them and send them back home. They land they land not land but they sail to United States and they get caught. They send them back. And now Trump now is basically saying now they're coming here, they're illegal, they're causing a lot of crimes. They're going into the city in Ohio and they're stealing pets and eating the pets and eating the pets and eating the cats and they're eating the dogs and so forth. And we all know that how Americans love their pets. There's a lot of cat and dog moms and pops out there, and basically he's just stoking fear and using that as an excuse to win support and win over potential voters. Because once they hear that, what, America love their pets. So with that being said, he's think that he's able to, even if they break off a chunk of supporters that would probably will vote for Kamala, and they would go over to his side based on that. And there, it's basically false news, because even the mayor said that, hey, this is wrong information. This was started as a meme online, and it just spread. And the conspiracy theorists, they're posting it all over social media, and I just can't believe that. Well, I can believe that Trump will run with it, even though it was debunked and discredited. He still ran with it, And I don't know whether or not he believes that a lot of Americans will believe what he says, and in addition to not only believing it, but will vote for him based on this fact. And just a consciously thinking person and intelligent person would say, you know what, something is off about not only this guy, but his election campaign. And would you vote for a person that's blatantly taking a group of people, categorizing them, and basically saying that, hey, you guys are letting them in, and they're in a particular city, and they're just hunting your cats and your dogs and your animals and eating them? That's blatant, I believe, racist. That's a racist view of his. Why didn't he use any other ethnic group? He used the Haitian because the Haitian is like the beaten stick. And I think that any other groups will be in, I would say, uproar. The Haitians need to be in an uproar. Any Haitians that will vote for him, I would just think differently of them, and I'll look on them a different way. And because sure as hell, if it was Jamaicans, the whole damn Jamaica would be in an uproar, right? They'd be in an uproar. Oh, hell no, we're not voting for Trump. Trump said we eat dog meat and cat meat, So I just think that any Haitians that will vote for him, they need to examine their head, But that's Trump. Trump say things to the extreme. He say things to get an audience. He loves to be seen and heard. If it was any other, I would say, politician, that's not that is a professional politician. Trump is not a professional politician, right? So a lot of extreme views, a lot of crazy things that he say, people brush it off. Hey, that's Trump. What do you expect? But when do you hold him accountable, right? When does he become accountable to his actions and to his words? And I think that this upcoming election, I'm of the belief that a lot of people is going to hold him to account. They will hold him to account based on his action and his words and the lack of principle, by using ethnic groups. But because you remember before, when he put a ban on Muslims, right? And he said that SHIT whole countries, which is like Haiti and the African countries and Arabic countries or whatever it is. And, saying that, the migrants are coming here, they're killing and raping and so forth, Americans. And now he's saying now that those countries are releasing the prisoners from their jail and all the criminals and the psychiatric patients and flooding them in America. And now crime is down overseas and crime is up in America based on that. And last night, the moderators, inform him that no, you're incorrect, Mr. Trump. The FBI statistics show that crime is down, and he said, no, it's false news. The FBI, it's fake news or whatever it is. He denies everything. If it doesn't go his way, it's fake news, it's false, and so forth. So I don't know. We're in a situation where a lot of people have to think in terms of if they do support him or they're on the fence of Trump, they got to think about what transpired last night. Its answers to the question or lack thereof. Because a lot of questions that was posed to him, he didn't answer it honestly and fully. He skirted around it. And if and when he loses this election, what will happen to him? Will he go away? Will he still be around? Will his supporters jump ship? Will a lot of the Republican politicians say, hey, you know what? We need to move beyond Trump now. And we need to look for new leadership and a new generation of leaders. And I think that's what needs to happen. He needs to lose, and he needs to lose how he would say bigly. He needs to lose bigly. So when he goes away, new leadership in the Republicans. See, this is my disclaimer. I'm an independent. I've always been an independent, right? But I vote Democrat, and I also vote Republican. And I haven't voted Republican in over 12 years or so, based on the fact that the Republican Party, they tend to be too heavy in terms of individuals that's within the party that don't like certain minorities or what have you. They're not accepting certain minorities within the parties. Blacks, whatever you want to say, blacks or Hispanics or whatever it is, they're not accommodating it. I think that they just need a whole paradigm shift when it comes to the Republican Party to try to win the support of others. That's, I would say, non-whites within the party. And I think that they need to rebrand. Once they rebrand, then I think that a lot of people will possibly start supporting them more. But yeah, he definitely need a whipping come November, so we'll be able to turn a new leaf on politics in America. Because politics in America nowadays is like there's no in between, there's no middle. It's either the left wing or the right wing, right? We need individuals to come in the middle, so we have more bipartisan legislation and bipartisan support. All right. So stay tuned. Stereo will be back, and we'll be able to do collectively some shows to discuss this further. All right. All right. Peace out.